So I recently achieved something which I had been working very hard to do for the last month, and even though I'm unemployed and have loads of other priorities in my life, this was something that I really wanted to do, and it's kind of lame. But I achieved 500% no pause, even though I am terrible at it. And I thought instead of kind of uploading the whole thing and just showing how bad I was and how bad of a run it is, I quite like the idea of just kind of showing you how I progressed, because I really am not good at no pause. And it's quite cool to kind of look back and think, oh god, this is how I used to do it. So my history with the game is I'm actually kind of a big deal if you haven't heard. I'm the first person to do a 500% on video. I'm pretty sure, I've always said I doubt I'm the first person to do it. However, like after my initial 500%, the game started to progress into like kind of no pause runs, and I never did a very entertaining kind of gameplay. And there's people out there like Asian who just nails playing the game quicker. I personally didn't think that anybody within the first few months of the game release would be able to do 500% no pause, and man, he did it. Good for him. And then a few other people did it, and I'm like, you know what, I should do it. And I just tried it, and I absolutely found it really damn hard. So I started kind of playing with 500% no pause on December 27th. I knew of an exploit. I'm going to call it an exploit now because they patched out of the game that farms and houses and other tech buildings would still work while they're infected with zombies. So I seemed to be the only one who knew this at the time, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I could just use this to my advantage, and I had a decent strategy to do it no pause. So I was like, I could be the first person to do 500% no pause, no turrets. That would be fucking sweet. But the issue with that is I only had a week because I had work starting at the beginning of January. So I'm like, okay, I'm already really bad at no pause. I'm going to see how well I do practicing this. But once I kind of realized that I just couldn't do it, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna reveal my strategy. If someone else wants to do it, they can. So I did it. I did no turret with my exploit, but I had to pause to do it. So at least I had that under my belt. But it's cool to look back at my first kind of initial no pausing, and I was actually pretty damn good at my economy. I don't think I pushed back waves enough, but it was quite cool to see how like my economy is actually pretty solid. I used to reach 200 colonists pretty consistently. So 1st of January, New Year, I decided to focus on doing 500% no pause. I was planning to use my exploit because I saw Lone Wolf. He's the second person to do 500%, and he actually used my exploit. I'm not saying he knows it's my exploit. I think he figured it out for himself. So I was like, okay, if I do it, then I can do it myself like that. And then on the 3rd of January, like the day after I started trying to do 500% no pause and learning how to play 500% no pause again, I managed to get to the final wave. Again, using my exploit, it's pretty damn OP. But yeah, pretty damn happy. And I was like, you know, this is not going to take me too long. This is the first day of doing it. Kind of, maybe second. I'm pretty sure I can achieve no pause within the next week or so after that date. And then lo and behold, the next day, they nerfed, well, they fixed my exploit. And I'm like, oh god damn, I'm gonna have to do this properly. And I tried it, and I found it really damn hard. And I even said something on stream along the lines of, I'm not sure if this is possible anymore. Like, I'll have to see. You need a God Seed tier is what I kind of mentioned a lot. Because I saw people like, I know Asian's first 500% clear, fucking amazing, but it was a great seed. He had very little openings, and that's kind of what I just struggled with. I'm like, I've got to deal with like 50,000 bloody entrances to my base on this stupid map, and I you know, I was ignorant, and I was like, I don't think it's possible. I've never been a pioneer. I'm a pioneer in this game in regards to kind of looking at builds and pausing and taking my time, but 500% no pause, impossible. I can't do it. It's just not for me, Jen. It's just not for me. So January 5th, a few days after, and I think I see Asian or someone able to do it, and I'm like, oh, you know what, this is possible. I'm just lying to myself. So I start going again, and I have like a not bad attempt. I managed to get to like day 40, 50-ish, and I'm like, you know what, that tells me that this is possible. Like, you know, I can do this. I can keep pushing forward. Just gotta keep going. Just do it, man. Just freaking do it. So one thing that I was struggling with a lot was actually mouse clicking and performance. And I asked like people, like other people that were doing no pause stuff, like Asian, and he said, you know, he had mouse issues, but nothing compared to what I was experiencing. Just clicks not registering. I was having to just spam click things when I wanted to build it. And I looked into it on Steam, and it's actually tied to performance. And once I fixed that, I uninstalled OBS, reinstalled it, I tried even OBS Classic and I noticed that my mouse clicking was fixed. However, another thing that I noticed was I'm not good at playing the game at its proper FPS speed. I was so used to playing the game in slow motion that I'm now having to look at loads of additional things that I kind of just took my time with before, and you know, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but I realize now, I'm like, okay, I've taken the training wheels off, I need to get better at this game because I'm not good at the game at this speed. So one thing I'll admit that I do, and I haven't actually only started doing it until kind of recently-ish, but I was keeping a seed. So I found a map, not a god tier map, there's a fair few entrances, there's an open area. I just got used to the seed and kind of just practiced, and it's actually really helped me. It's got cons and it's got pros, and the main pros are you just get used to dealing with zombies. You get used to what aggroes them, what kind of causes them to cascade. The cons are obviously you know which way you should expand, and actually you know which way which side they usually attack on the waves. So it's not good to get used to it because, you know, it's random. Like, you shouldn't know which side they attack, and you shouldn't know where you should push to expand to. In regards to kind of getting used to timings and getting used to building units and pushing back zombies, it helps a lot, and I recommend it if you're really struggling like I was. So after I reached the final wave on my practice seed, and instead of kind of pushing through and actually achieving it, I was like, you know what, I need to just get back to generating the seed and doing it again. So January 12th was a landmark day because I seemed to just figure out the game. I'd watched enough people do it, I'd done it enough myself, I'd been attempting it for nearly 2 weeks at that point, and I'm like, I feel good, I'm confident, and I get 3 bleeding final wave reaches on that day, 3 of them. And of course I failed all 3 of them because, you know, at this point I only just completed it like yesterday. So the first one was actually a pretty good run. I, however, didn't really find any decent chokes, and I'm still, at this point, not confident when I don't have chokes to rely on. I kind of turtle a little bit. I don't really stretch resources. I focus quite a lot on food and my economy, as opposed to kind of getting landmarks and locking down my location, which I could have easily done at any point during this run. And then I run into a speed bump where a horde wave splits. And even though I kind of tackle it well, I have to delete a load of houses and move units across, and then, you know, that just sets you back. And it made me lose my confidence. I'm also really slow in regards to clearing the map. Kept on losing snipers, so I decided to take it extra slow with snipers, and sadly it was a bit too slow. I left the top left corner uncleared, which, you know, is never good. However, I did reach a pinnacle point in the last wave, and for those of you that have played this game, you know that once the game starts to speed up, you're like, I've not got many zombies left, I've only got like 1,000 or so. I was close, I was really close. Sadly the left part broke through. Looking at it now, I didn't really wall it off that well, and it might have contained like a fair few numbers from the areas that I didn't clear. Really damn close. In fact, I can see now that if I just done a better job, pull back my units and walled off around my command center, I would have probably done it, to be quite frank. And also delete the houses when I'm not using it. And you can see I'm just absolutely distraught when I don't achieve it. I knew I was close. That's the thing. I don't mind not achieving it and just getting hammered, but when you're close, when you can taste that victory, it's hard. It's a hard thing to stomach. So the second time, it's about midnight. It was actually probably one of my most solid runs. I had achieved a good number of colonists at a really early date, which I'm, you know, obviously you got to be happy about. However, I made a real bad mistake. So I got Thanatoses very early, which is good, which is what you want to do. So for the last few waves, when the north attacks came in, I used my Thanatos to defend it, but I hadn't cleared the north. So my Thanatos essentially created this little pocket of just no infected to the north. When I sent my 40-ish snipers up north to kind of start dealing with it, I sent them in the same exact path that the Thanatos had cleared. So once they reached a certain point and started shooting zombies and running into them, they got attacked by about 50,000 bleeding special infected in one go. They absolutely got wiped out. This is just absolutely insane how quickly my snipers died. Wow, look at that. That is crazy. That is unbelievable. And at this point you can see I'm just absolutely distraught because I'm just looking at the times, looking at the numbers, and looking at what I have left to do. And I'm like, you were in a bloody good spot, dude. Like, I had about 1,300 colonists. Day 61, I had over 10 days till the attack. Only one random attack left. I only had like top right and top left to clear, and I just threw that away with the snipers. Losing those snipers, not able to clear with a load of vet snipers. So at this point I'm like, okay, quickly build 3 bloody barracks and just try and get some snipers out in time, because I needed to clear that north. It has to be done. But no, that mistake absolutely cost me the game, and I got overrun in the north with the billions of special infected. Again, I should have placed more Thanatoses there. And looking back as well, I noticed that I'm not padding my walls that well. Like, I'm kind of just spam clicking them down. But the final wave, I put up a good fight, but the north completely fell. And then the last attempt of the day was very, very late. And again, I think I was just fatigued. Upset that I didn't win it, but it really wasn't a very good try. I didn't deserve to win. I was low on my colony count. I didn't push enough. I did clear the map. That was kind of the only good thing I did. After this, I took a bit of a break, and it was mostly just through burnout. I had already dedicated too much time to this, and I was starting to feel the wariness. So just interrupting this, I just want to show you one of the best times that I lost. And I was pretty damn mad. So this dude, I've called them Linford Christie zombies from now on. You get these random zombies that run out from a Doom village, obviously. But they just run full pelt straight to your command center from outside of your base. And I saw it. I saw it with enough time. I did choose the wrong group of rangers to deal with it. But the rangers try to shoot it. It ignores the rangers as it's being shot at, obviously. My rangers then get stuck on the water for a change. Usually it's the other way around. One last hit on the bloody zombie, and the last possible moment it managed to infect the tent. And then obviously I just lose, because once a tent goes and I was pretty close to the zombies, they all just aggro, and I was really happy about the whole thing, as you can tell. And then the day comes where I actually managed to do it, and I was just gonna squeeze in a quick game before bed, and I managed to bloody well do it. I was damn happy. I'm gonna just brush over quickly how it went. It's not a particularly great clear. I had only 1300-ish colonists. Pretty poor performance, if I must admit. But leading up to it, the start was very good. Day 10 handled flawlessly. The second horde wave, I normally have a strategy to do it. I usually just bring all my rangers to a point and just kind of brute force it, and usually I can handle it no problem if I have enough forces and it's not going through a Doom village. And that also drains out the area that they attack from as well. After that, I start building my snipers, and I try to get snipers as quickly as possible, but I didn't really see any decent locations to lock down. I normally favour going either directly east or west because you don't run into special infected with your rangers. But I only kind of found like a little bit of green to the right, and to the left I found a choke that I just wanted to lock down, and I didn't want to push any more forward. When you kind of start to reach the day 30, 40, really start to realise that you need your Thanatoses, because a couple of horde waves will really start to hurt. Luckily I did get a Thanatos as a bonus, so I wasn't too worried about the initial horde waves, but I needed to get my mind in the right place to start getting Thanatoses out. I had cleared south, and south actually had 2 Doom villages next to each other, so I had a good amount of resources, but it really held me up in regards to getting my colony count up. I was also extremely lucky where I got so many attacks to the east, which just came through this one direct choke, and it's pretty easy to defend. So I then got the mayor, which gave me extra worker count, which really damn helped with my poor economy. After that, I started padding for the final defense. This time around, I really made sure I did some solid double walling, and I also put extra ballistas and executors in locations. I did, however, completely misjudge an opening. I should have definitely put a defense there, at least a single blister and a single row of walls. In the end, I kind of used my arrogance and left it open, knowing that the zombie attack wouldn't go through it. However, they did spill over into it, and that was their main entrance into the north. With me being heavily distracted with the north, I completely forgot about the south. Even though I could have easily defended it if I just walled it off and brought round defense units from a nearby location, I was so distracted with the north that I completely ignored it. In the end, I did a last stand around the command center, and I had about 50 bloody spitters hitting the command center. Literally one spitter shot would have killed me. And then I did it. In the middle of the night, around 1 AM, I got to celebrate on my own. I didn't do this on stream. I wanted to do it off stream first because I have performance anxiety, but I did it. And now the next goal is to do this on stream. So thank you so much for watching this. If you'd like to watch me try and do it on stream, you're more than welcome to. My Twitch handle is Gazaraki2. Check me out. I try to do the best stream that I can, but I'm a very new streamer, so any feedback is most welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was quite an interesting journey for me. It feels great to achieve something which, you know, you're not really good at. But again, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are well. Much love. Take care. All the best.